Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mile One Center for St. John's Edge basketball, the back in a home-to-home series between your St. John's Edge and the Sudbury FIVE. My name is Steve Power, and I am joined once again in the booth by Ryan Brockerville. Ryan, to coin an old wrestling phrase, the Sudbury FIVE got checked into the SmackDown Hotel last down because the Rock layeth the smack it downeth on the Five. The Edge were firing on all cylinders last night without the scoring prowess of Carl English, but the Edge coming in here at 7-3. Now all of a sudden they don't look that good. Was that just an anomaly last night, or are we going to expect to see a much different Sudbury team here tonight?
Yeah, I think last night was a bit of an anomaly for sure. I expect Sudbury to come out much more aggressive, shoot the ball much better, and have a much better game today. Bit of an adjustment period for Sudbury, losing one of their best players in Jalen Bland, who is a huge loss for this team, was fifth leading scorer in the league, so that's a big loss for Sudbury, and I think they felt the effects of that last night, having a bit of trouble scoring the ball and finding ways to create shots for themselves. But credit to the Edge. The Edge played very well last night, and I expect them to come out here with the same intensity tonight and try to put the Sudbury team away early.
Just about to say though, Ryan, I mean, if I was a Simpson, you can call me Homer, but talk about Sudbury misplanned. We didn't have Carl English. I mean, Carl's a pretty big part of this team in the offense, and it just seemed like other guys stepped up. Jared Nickens had a nice little effort last night. Diego Kaplan, he's just a shooting machine. That guy, unbelievable. We saw Big Baby Davis have an impact. Satnam Singh with some good minutes off the bench. And Des Lee, Mr. Consistency, once again doing it for the Edge. Is it a case of the Edge might be too deep for this Sudbury team without Bland? What do you think?
Yeah, and I think that is a good point. The Edge have a roster where you can go 10 guys deep and you don't lose anything. The Sudbury FIVE don't have as much of a deep bench as the Edge. And you saw that last night when Coach Doug Plum went to his bench. There was very little change in the flow of the game, how much scoring the Edge were doing. Defense stayed very similar. Sudbury goes to their bench, and they don't have as much shooting, they don't have as much scoring. So I think you saw that last night in last night's game.
I can tell you what I can see tonight, and that's numbers. Very, very grateful the Sudbury FIVE wearing their blue jerseys tonight as opposed to the whites last night. I was just strictly guessing at times last night. That being said, the Sudbury Blues sort of look a little like the Edge Blues, don't they?
Yeah, pretty similar. I think they're actually black, though.
Black? Okay. Yeah, but I'm blind. We all got that established already. But I can see some numbers tonight, so we won't miss guys tonight. I'm sure I'll still probably absolutely butcher some names and call things wrong at times, but hey, that's the way it goes up here in the big city. Mile One basketball, St. John's Edge and the Sudbury FIVE about ready to kick off. Last game before Christmas for the Edge. Sudbury on the road again, I believe, this Friday. They'll continue through Atlantic Canada. The Edge will be off till just after the Christmas break, so you got to think riding a 4-game winning streak and a chance to move to over 500 for the first time this season. Got to be a little incentive for the boys in white.
Yeah, for sure. And this coaching staff and this team would love nothing more for Christmas this year than to be above 500, riding a 4-game win streak going into Christmas.
So, St. John's starting lineup got Mo Jones, Junior Cadogan, who'll get the first opportunity to score, can't get the layup to go. Keith Wright Jr., Des Lee, and the newcomer Obina Oleka. Here's a long three-point shot there from the Sudbury FIVE to start things off. Nothing wrong, trying one early. Get the little cobwebs out. Last night, Ryan, we saw Sudbury really struggle from the floor early.
Yeah, we did. And I think this is a good move by Coach Logan Stutz, putting Adam Blizik in the lineup, get a little more guard play going, and as you can see, he got an open look early.
Well, he had an open look because he was about 4,000 miles away from the basket. There's a shot from Jones. That one doesn't fall. Pulled down by Braylon Rayson. Rayson and Jones, that's a matchup to watch tonight. Rayson throws one up. That one's nowhere near scoring. Junior Cadogan's going to pull it down. Cadogan pushing the pace here. That's some good defense there by the Sudbury FIVE. Real nice play there by number 5. Sorry, that number 32, Tyrone Chandler, I believe. Racing. Brings the ball up the floor to Blazik. Blazik kicks one out to the outside here. That's going to be Devin Gilligan. Inside for Dixon. Dixon can't get it to fall. Just over a minute into the game. No scoring yet. Both teams looking to find their offense here early on. Obina Oleka from way outside. The big guy going to put one up. And both teams coming up empty here right now. Blazik guarded by Oleka. Blazik steps around the pick. Got a little leg. Comes up short though on that one. Ball put in the hands of Maurice Jones Sr. Jones. Little stutter step on Blazik. Can't get that one to fall. Jones to the outside. Picks up the dribble. Back for Oleka. Jones outside. He got a foul there. Even Blazik thought that was a foul. And a foul will be called against Junior Cadogan as he upends Devin Gilligan there on the breakout. 10:09 left to go. No scoring. Almost 2 full minutes, Devin. What movie? What's up with that?
I think it's a blistering pace coming out here. Both teams looking to get going here early. Getting some open looks, but just not able to knock any of them down so far.
Blistering pace of nothingness. What it is right now, my goodness. Mo Jones going to try to pick up the pace here now for the Edge. Jones outside for Des Lee. Lee into the lane, and Des Lee. Who else is going to do it for the Edge but Des Lee?
Yeah, great take by Lee there. Saw the opening, splits the defense, and goes in and finishes strong with the right hand.
Dixon driving down on Wright Jr. Wright Jr., big man, does a good job not to draw a foul in that case. Blizik to the inside. Obina's there, and that's a nice pass by Blizik, finding Travis Relaford underneath the basket. Relaford going with no headband tonight. Or a different color headband, not as standing out. Des Lee to the basket. Lee gets mauled. Going underneath the rim there, he will draw the foul, and Des Lee going to get a trip to the line. No surprise there. If there's one guy who attacks the rim for the St. John's Edge, it is Des Lee.
Yeah, and great take by Lee here. Very aggressive early, and you love to see that from the Edge player.
Lee goes to the foul line. He will sink the first one. Folks, want to remind you we're live and interactive here on Edge Basketball. Reach out to me on Twitter at StevePowerNL. We will try to get your shout-outs and comments on the air indeed. Dixon, bring the ball up the floor. There's a bit of a double dribble there. That's a rare call. We talked about the dodo bird sighting. That's even more rare there, a double dribble call in the NBLC.
Yeah, just got caught there. Dixon had no idea what he was doing. He tried to get the ball over to Grayson.
There's a reason why those guys bring the ball up the floor. Hey, Cadogan, Jones Sr., Mo Jones takes a little switch. Jones over for Keith Wright Jr. Wright Jr. up for Des Lee. Lee attacking the paint. Lee got body checked there. See Lee looking up at the official saying to coin it the second time. What's up with that? Probably going to have that a few times here tonight. What TV show is that from? What's up with that? No? Maybe I'm making it up.
I think it is from a TV show.
Is it?
Not sure which
It's
one.
the Christmas season, folks.
Nice pass.
There's a nice pass there, and there's a gift from Mo Jones Sr. and Keith Wright Jr. Wright Jr. makes the easy layup underneath the basket. Mo Jones making an impact. Here's Rayson. Rayson pulls up from about 20 feet. Not even close to the basket on that one. Yeah. Mo Jones going to pull it down.
And good job by Mo Jones there to put the pressure on. Even though Grayson gets around the screen and is able to pull up, he's still in his face and causes him to miss that shot.
Both teams really struggling from the field here early on. Relaford to the rim. Relaford goes in. He makes a nice drive, and he'll lay it off the glass and in. Just wondering how long is Coach Plum going to let this go without bringing in Diego Kaplan or Nickens or somebody to shoot the ball here. Here's a shot by Mo Jones. That one kisses off the glass and catches iron. Relaford passes out. Nice defensive play there. Mo Jones with the steal. Down for Obina Oleka. Oleka on the outside. Pulls it down. Puts it out for Des Lee to stop and settle things down. Lee back in for Oleka. Oleka spins off his man. In for Keith Wright Jr. Wright Jr. takes the hack. And that foul will be on the floor.
Yeah, and good job by Des Lee and Obina Oleka there to notice that Oleka had the smaller bracing on him. So to get the ball inside there opens things up because you know the defense is going to collapse. So great job there.
Inbounds into the hands of Junior Cadogan. And the first move from the St. John's bench is going to be to Glenn Big Baby Davis. He's going to be the first up off the bench. Here's Cadogan. Cadogan bounced past to nobody. Obina Oleka had to go out and get that quick. Just beating the shot clock is Cadogan. He caught iron but could not get it to the ball. And St. John's, to say they're distorted on offense is an understatement, Ryan.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the Edge need to be careful here. This is the last game before a nice break for the Christmas season, and oftentimes you can get caught up in waiting and having eyes for that turkey a little bit too early.
So a little bit more meat coming into the game now as Glenn Big Baby Davis checks in. I mean, look at him stood up next to Relaford down in the lane. My goodness, it's almost like it's not fair.
Yeah, he's quite large. Let's just leave it at that.
Quite large indeed. Braylon Rayson sits a couple of free throws from the line. That's a lead for the Sudbury Five. Not sure if we saw that here last night or not. Davis posts up to the inside. Davis, a tough shot there. Up and over Dixon. Dixon actually he defended that pretty good, Ryan.
Yeah, he did defend it very well. But good job by Davis there, using his body and going into Dixon, making sure that he's unable to jump with Davis when he goes up for that shot.
Des Lee took a smack to the face there. A little bit of showtime trying. Des Lee's trying to recover. He took a bad smack off that rebound down low. Lee a little lost on defense now. Going to kick it in for Dixon. Here's Dixon for the Five. Dixon once again misses off the side of the rim. And Sudbury are really struggling from the field.
Yeah, both teams struggling from the field here early.
Des Lee into the hands of Kaplan. Kaplan out for Davis. Davis on the outside, kicks it under for Oleka. Oleka, tough move there. Good, strong defense by the Sudbury Five underneath the rim. And Mo Jones Sr. going to commit the foul.
Yeah, I knew he had that one there. You see him putting his hand up there. That's
universal sign to the referee saying, you got me. My bad. .6:04 left to go. 7-6 the score. I got to double check the clock there. 7-6 with 6 minutes played. We are still covering the NBLC, correct? Here's a shot, and that's more like it. Braylon Rayson's going to knock one down for three from beyond the arc. Nice shot there by the offensive leader of this Sudbury Five club. Mo Jones into the paint, out for Davis. Davis puts the ball to the floor, around for Des Lee. Lee into the paint. Lee, little stutter step, and nice shot there. Lee makes good use of the bank there. Puts it in from the foul line. D looked like he was a little off balance with that shot.
Thought he was going to pass it to Glenn Davis, but at the last second, Dixon was able to get over and cut off that pass, and Des, rightfully so, uses the glass, being a little bit off balance.
Glenn Davis showing some pretty quick feet there on defense. Jones drives the basket, can't get it to fall though. And like you said, both teams struggling from the field. Here's Blizek. And Blizek nails one from the outside. Sudbury, with the first 3-point shots of this game, take a 3-point lead at 12-9.
Yeah, and Sudbury's doing a much better job in this game so far of contesting the threes of the St. John's Edge and making them play a little bit tighter.
Diego Kaplan picking up where he left off with a hot hand. He drains a three. Jaron Skeet up off his feet. He's getting ready to check into this one. St. John's normally known for the three-point shooting prowess. They've struggled here so far tonight. Kaplan not missing on his first one. There's a big shot there by Braylon Rayson again. And the Sudbury Five, we go back to the jerseys again. Everybody got the 5 on the front. You're thinking, hey, where's number 5? That's just because I'm stupid, though. Here's Des Lee. Lee out for Jones Sr. Jones Sr. puts the ball into Glenn Davis. Davis in for Lee. Nice pass for Lee. And he'll go up and in for the and one. Nice play there from Des Lee as Georges Cerise commits the foul in the paint. That'll be our first time out with 4:09 left to go. The Sudbury Five 15, the St. John's Edge 14. You're watching St. John's Edge basketball. We will be right back. St. John's coming out of timeout, and they have more of a shooting lineup on the floor now, Ryan, with Des Lee, Jaron Skeet, Diego Kaplan, and Jared Nickens, along with the big baby, Glenn Davis.
Yeah, and I think this is a great move here by Coach Doug Plum. Noticing that when the ball is going into Davis, you're getting a lot of open shooters and a lot of open cutters. So you go with a lineup like this and get the ball into Davis on offense and look to create.
Lee comes up empty for the and 1 point lead here for the Sudbury Five, 15-14, 4 minutes left to go in this opening quarter. Relaford in the paint, Relaford guarded by Nickens, good defense there by Nickens. Rebounded though, and stolen by Diego Kaplan. Good job. Sudbury looked to be a lot more dialed in here to start this game. They got spanked pretty good last night, and you can see a lot of pride down there in that bench. They're certainly ready to go. Davis in for Des Lee. Lee up and over. And Lee, I think, just passed Braylon Rayson's eyeballs as he was going up. It was like, I'm going to score, and you cannot do anything about it. Big block the other end by the edge, and they come away in transition. Kaplan for Nickens. Nickens out for Skeet now. Skeet trying to direct some traffic. Skeet kicks it to the outside. Wide open Jared Nickens. Nickens catches iron. Can't get that one to drop. St. John's, the three ball, letting them down a little bit early here. Randy Glaze now picks it up on the inside. He's matched up on Davis. Good luck with that. Out to the outside. 3-point shot. That one doesn't go. And the Sudbury player, George Cerise, couldn't believe he wasn't fouled on that one. I can't either. Here's Jaron Skeet. Randy Glaze and Glenn Davis really got it going down there. Tell you what, that's some quality minutes Randy Glaze is putting in there tonight, leaning on that big man. Here's Skeet. Skeet to the basket, out for Davis, and that's going to be out of bounds. Good call there by the official. 2:30 left to go. Another sub coming in. Davis will check out for Keith Wright Jr. Wright Jr. coming into the game.
Yeah, and Davis is still looking to get into playing shape here, so give him a few minutes here or there, a few minutes break, he'll get going.
Relaford in for the hands of Jr. Here's a shot, just catches the front of the rim, and that one will drop for the Sudbury Five. Jaron Skeet now. Skeet bringing the ball down the floor. He's pressured right away. Kaplan, nice feed in for Keith Wright Jr. And that's one there. Wright Jr. draws the foul, but he's going hard to the back. Why not throw that down? Like, I know he's trying to draw the foul, but take the points for sure rather than wishing for the and one. I don't know. Now, I'm not the basketball guy, so feel free to correct me there, but I thought that was a little soft.
Yeah, he gathered like he was going to go for the dunk, which I think he was going to, but then he saw that the possibility that was there was that he was probably going to get blocked. So to
fair
go
enough.
up and under and draw the foul and go to the line, I think is the right move by Wright.
There you go. You are the brains behind the operation, Upper. I'm just a mouthpiece. Sudbury back on the attack. Glaze attacks the rim. Comes up short on that hook, though. Good rebound there underneath by Dexter Williams Jr., but he steps out of bounds. All that work for naught. Coach Logan Stutz up on his feet. He's clapping in approval. He likes the work ethic he sees out of this Sudbury 5 team to start this one here tonight.
Yeah, and Coach Stutz has got to be very happy with how Sudbury has started this game, and certainly much improved from last night.
Mo Jones off the dribble. Jones looks to step around the pick from Wright Jr. Jones now waiting for some help. Jones matched up on Glaze. He'll take that matchup all day long. Outside for Kaplan. Diego Kaplan. He's got to have the highest shooting percentage in the league. My goodness. Kaplan.
Yeah, when he's open, he doesn't miss very often. But fantastic work by the St. John's Edge there. Getting inside, working the ball around. Nickens draws two defenders on that kick out and swings it very quickly to Kaplan, and that's great team play.
Grandy Glaze knocking one down from three-point land, and he's jacked up down there. He's letting everybody know about it. Mo Jones coming in off the dribble. Jones penetrates to the outside to Kaplan again. Kaplan was defended that time. Keith Wright Jr. going to bring the foul, and Grandy Glaze is really fired up down there. Not sure who he's talking to or what he's talking about, but he's doing a lot of talking. And he is into it for sure. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he was probably living La Vida Loca down there on the floor right now, but Glaze is into it, no doubt. Sudbury on the attack here. Shot from the outside. That one's going to catch iron. Rebound there. Good rebound there by Devin Gilligan. And right now, I don't mind saying it, the Edge are getting outworked.
Yeah, and they are.
Sudbury 5 really, really putting the pedal to the metal here, finishing off this first quarter with some ill intentions indeed.
Yeah, and this is what you're going to see from a team, especially when the night before you beat them by such, a wide margin. They're going to come out the next night and play with a lot of pride and a lot of passion and a lot of energy, and that's what you're seeing from this Sudbury team tonight.
Jaron Skeet misses from the outside. 2 seconds left. Chance for one more. Score. Nice basket. Almost in transition. My goodness, I was almost cheering for the Sudbury 5 in that one. That was a nice play. Tough luck there by Georges Cerise. Couldn't get it to fall. But hey, first quarter in the books, and to say this is a surprise is probably an understatement, Ryan. 22-20, the Sudbury 5, and I say it again, I think it just comes down to work ethic.
Yeah, for sure. And, the Edge are going to have to come up with something here now. Defensively, not playing as well as they did last night, and Sudbury's come in with a much better game plan and playing with a lot more effort here tonight. So,
first quarter in the books. Sudbury 22, St. John's 20. We'll be back for the call of the second. Second quarter now getting underway. St. John's down by 2. Good spirited effort by the Sudbury Five to start off that first in action. Folks, want to reach out once again. Remind you, we are live and interactive here on Twitter. Feel free to reach out to us. And I'm going to check Twitter now. Rich Twiga. So Blazek is Blazek. Blazek, the proper pronunciation, Ryan. And we got Ceres. Thanks a lot, Rich. Appreciate those little feedback and heads up. And by all means, folks, I really do not mind being corrected. Not one bit. My wife does it on the hour at home, so it happens.
That poor woman.
Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, Rich. Good to have you online and watching this one here tonight. The Sudbury Five up by 2 here with a much more spirited effort. There's a big play there. Williams Jr. goes down. No worse for wear. There's an open look. Open look for Mo Jones. Jones can't get at the foul. And we talked about the shooting of the 5. St. John's not shooting the lights out here either.
No, both teams struggling from the field a little bit early on in this game.
If you would call 2 of 8 from three-point land struggling, you would be correct. Racing to the basket. Racing goes up. Surprised he never got an N1 there. Keith Wright Jr. went in the air.
I'm still wondering where the foul was on Des Lee on the other end. And that'll be an illegal screen on Wright.
And Keith Wright Jr., he got called that time.
Yeah, things are getting a little bit chippy down here now.
Little greasy in the pot here, as we would say. Some Christmas greetings being established between both teams in the not-so-nice way. I've got my Grinch shirt on tonight. Maybe both teams taking a page out of my book with my rock, paper, scissors, throat punch, I win shirt. Here's a shot to the outside. That one's going to fall. Blazek cannot get that one to fall. Mo Jones to the outside for Des Lee now. Lee matched up there by Gilligan. Inside for Davis. Davis posts up on Grandy Glaze. Davis blacks Glaze up. Davis into the paint. Davis just muscles it in and puts it down. And Grandy can try to psych himself off all he like, but unless he's going to gain about 1.5 feet and at least 85 pounds, not much he's going to do with that. That's going to be a blocking fall on Davis. Nice drive there by, I believe that's Devin Gilligan. He's looked pretty good here tonight for the Sudbury Five, this Gilligan.
Yeah, he has. He played quite well last night,
especially
too,
as I was calling him Chandler all last night.
Yeah.
Blue jersey's way better for the broadcasters. Devin Gilligan doing a great job here for the Sudbury Five. Up by 2, 24-22 here. Just started this second quarter of play. Jones to the outside. He's guarding Racing pretty close. Racing back for Dixon. Dixon to Jones. Good defense there by Mo Jones. Combines with Obina Oleka, but then he just gives it away. Gilligan got to pick that one up.
Yeah, a bit too fancy there from Jones. Just make the smart play. Make the easy pass.
Some great defense. Racing from outside. Can't get that to drop. And Obi-Wan Oleka. That's what we're going to call him, Obi-Wan. The force is strong with Obina. Here's Jones Sr., Mo Jones. Inside for Oleka. Oleka had an open look there, draws the contact. And the force is indeed strong with Oleka. Blazek going to the official, protesting. He was just straight up in the air. My God, he was in the air about 3 feet.
Yeah.
How do you argue that one?
The thing is, when you go, they're claiming straight up. But when you go straight up, to be completely straight up, you have to be straight up and down in the air. And you see Gilligan coming in from the side. He's still straight up. But if you're coming in from a, like a 45-degree angle, you're not going to get that call.
Absolutely. Edge not doing much from the foul line either. Only 2 of 6 so far. Here's Grandy Glaze now. Glaze kicks it outside for Dixon. Dixon in the paint. He's challenged. And Davis gets called for the foul there. And I believe Davis is going to get called for the push. And that's been a couple times you've seen it. Guys are going up for the shot, and Davis puts his hand down by their chest. And he gives them a little push. A little bit of a cagey veteran move, but he got caught that time.
Yeah, it's an old...
That's a good call by the official.
It's an old veteran move, for sure. Sometimes you get called for it, sometimes you don't, and that's one of those times you get called for it.
Dixon makes good from the free throw line. Corey Dixon steps up again, and 26-24, Sudbury still in the lead. Junior Cadogan back into the game now. Mo Jones coming around the screen, can't come out. Ball put in for Davis. Davis spins into the paint. Davis guarded triple team right away. Here's Mo Jones for three. Jones outside, knocks that one down. Nice step back jumper for Maurice Jones Sr. Blazik, one-on-one with Cadogan. Nice pick and roll there. Stolen though by Mo Jones Sr. Jones into the lane. Jones gonna bring it up. And Jones indeed will draw the foul and get to the line. And Mo Jones Sr. starting to tell this Edge team, hey boys, hop on my back, I'll take you home.
Yeah, for sure. And this is where Mo Jones is at his best. When he knows that the team needs to get going a little bit, when he sees that things are going not the Edge's way, he gets things going. He gets that steal, he keeps Dixon at his hip all the way down, draws the foul. Great play by Mo Jones.
Sudbury player came on his back and he drew him to the line. Here's Blazik now. Blazik had a strong game for Sudbury here tonight too. Glaze wide open for three. Knocks one down. He says, why not again? Grandy Glaze, a threat from the outside all of a sudden. He's talking it up with Glenn Davis down there now too. Not quite sure I'd want to wake the big fella up though, but hey, to each his own. Here's Davis. Davis puts the ball to the floor. Davis up and over. Nice defense there by Glaze. Glaze does a good job on Davis there, racing. In for Gilligan. Gilligan outside for three. That would have been a big shot there. I think you would have saw a timeout for St. John's should that one had to flop. Here's Jones. Jones dribbling out of some trouble here. Jones, quick all the way, coast to coast, like buttered toast. This is Maurice Jones Sr. coming on through for the St. John's Edge. Blazik trying to answer back right away. Glaze catches it, throws it away. Nice play there by Blazik. That was a pretty good channeling his inner Diego Maradona to break up that play.
Yeah, good job by Blazik to stop the break there for what was surely going to be a dunk or a wide open layup.
Absolutely. 7:31. St. John's have taken a lead now. Mo Jones Sr. really stepping it up here for the Edge. Cadogan on the inbounds. Cadogan going to hold it on the outside. Glaze and Glenn Davis have got a real battle going on. And you know something? I got to give credit to Grandy Glaze down there. He's really battling the big man hard.
Yeah, and doing a great job, leaning on him, making everything tough for Glenn Davis. And, you know, he's not winning every fight, but he's doing his job so far.
Mo Jones starting to let the beast out of the jar, so to say here. Jones stepping it up. Glaze for three again. Grandy Glaze, three from beyond the arc. Where did this come from?
When you're that wide open, and he's made a couple now, the Edge need to do a much better job of getting out on him and getting the hand up.
Cadogan in for Davis. Davis puts the ball to the floor, trying to back Glaze up. Davis on the outside. Glaze hand in the face. Nice shot there by Glenn Davis. And this is where you can see Grandy Glaze looks to be in great shape this year. Much better shape than he was when he was here last year. Davis back up and down the floor, or sorry, Glaze up and down the floor quick, and he is just killing the Edge right now. Yeah. St. John's got to find an answer on defense for Grandy Glaze. Here's Nickens. Wide open shot for three. Can't get that to fall. Relaford pulls it down for Blazik. Blazik to Relaford. Relaford pulls up for a jumper. That one's not going to fall. Des Lee will pull the rebound down for St. John's. Halfway point of this second quarter. 1 point ball game. A back and forth affair at mile one here tonight. Here's Mo Jones. Jones out for Des Lee. Des Lee puts it down. Lee wide open all of a sudden. Des Lee says, I'll take that. Rebound in for Glenn Davis. Davis into the paint for Jones, and Jones is rejected by Dixon. Good defense there by the Sudbury Five. Grandy Glaze under the hoop. Glaze, little fadeaway, can't get it to drop. Jared Nickens gonna pull it down. Pass to the corner, an open Mo Jones out for Des Lee. Lee for three, and Mr. Reliable, Des Lee knocks it down for St. John's.
Yeah, good work in transition there by the Edge. Headman the ball up, finding the open man, and Des Lee knocks it down.
Not quite sure what that whistle is. Timeout must have been called on the floor, I guess, or?
No, we got a foul going against Glenn Davis, doing a little pushing and shoving with Granny Glaze down there.
So that'll be a TV timeout then. 128. Sorry, 128. That's what's left in the timeout. What a mope I am. Mope, is that a Newfoundland term?
Yeah, I think
yeah,
so.
It probably is. And that would be me, folks. St. John's 38, Sudbury 5, 34. We'll be right back. .5:13 left to go here in this second quarter. Davis picking up his third foul, Ryan, and that might be trouble here for St. John's. Big guy, he doesn't play a whole lot of minutes, but very, very effective when he's in there.
Yeah, and that's a huge issue for the Edge going forward in this game because he's played very well and he's been a focal point of their offense so far.
Glaze kicks one outside for Relaford. Relaford can't get that one to drop. I was just doing a little shuffle there. I wasn't sure how that wasn't traveling on Glaze earlier. Ball turned over now, and here's Cadogan. Cadogan out for Wright Jr. Wright Jr. puts the ball in the hands of Mo Jones Sr. Sr. steps back for three. Can't get that one to drop, though. Rebound pulled down by Dixon. Puts the ball in the hand of Braylon Racing. For the Sudbury 5. Nice move there by Racing. Racing spins off the screen. Can't get it to drop, though. It's probably a good thing for St. John's that Racing's not getting them to drop, because I tell you what, full marks to Sudbury once again. 4-point lead for the Edge, but Sudbury really making it tough on the Edge here tonight.
Yeah, Sudbury playing a much better game here tonight. Pressuring everything and putting a lot of pressure on this Edge defense and, you know, creating a lot of open looks. Unfortunately, they're not knocking them all down, but if they start to fall, it should be some serious issues for the Edge.
Shot clock under 10 now. Here's Dixon. Dixon in the paint to Glaze. Glaze wide open underneath the rim. He puts it down. And Grandy Glaze dropping his 15th point to this game, leading all scorers here in this one. Mo Jones stops settling things down for St. John's. They're going to put their offense in transition. Here's Des Lee. Lee thought Jared Nickens was going to cut there, and that's a unnecessary turnover, unfortunately, for the Edge. Chance for Sudbury to come down and tie this one or take the lead.
Yeah, unfortunate play there, but, you know, come down here now, get a solid defensive possession, get a stop, and get right back down there.
Dixon spins around Nickens. Dixon into the paint, turns it over, though. Diego Kaplan inserted himself into that passing lane. Speaking of a guy we'd like to see shoot, that's probably Diego Kaplan. Jones Sr. trying to find some daylight. Kicks it out for Kaplan. Kaplan couldn't handle that pass cleanly. Kicks it down. Back over Nickens. Nickens is wide open. Nickens going to launch it for three. And Jared Nickens showing he has a little bit of a knack from beyond the arc himself for St. John's.
Yeah,
Racing.
And Jared Nickens has such a sweet stroke. And fantastic work by Diego Kaplan, breaking his man down off the dribble and finding Nickens, who was wide open.
Here's Mo Jones now. Jones puts the ball into the hands of Lee. Lee steps around the screen from Wright Jr. Lee looking to pick and roll with Wright Jr. Instead puts it over for Nickens. Nickens hand to face there. That one's not going to be close to coming. Bright Jr. doing a good job there. Was boxed out pretty well, though, by Relaford. Pass in for Glaze. Glaze on Lee. And how do you get away with that? Oh, boy. Technical foul going to come up to Coach Plum. Plum is going to be irate with that one, and you can't blame him. That was, wow. The Boo Bird's going to come out here, and Coach Plum is still upset. I don't know if the officials are going to have a chat or anything, but what's your take on that play, Ryan?
Personally, I believe that would be an offensive foul. In any other point in time, I would call that an offensive foul. Desley is straight up there, just holding his ground. Glaze drops his shoulder and a bit of his elbow, too, right into the midsection of Desley, and Desley falls like a sack of bricks. But
he's still down.
And he's a tough guy. He's not one to flop, and to see Desley go down like that and stay down, knows that Granny Glaze hit him.
That was the elbow. He got him with the elbow. There was no shoulder. He dug the elbow right into him. And hey, you know, in the official's defense, maybe from his angle he couldn't see that. But that's where you probably hope maybe one of the other two officials on the floor in a position to help him out there and get the correct call. I see they're around having a chat now, but you know something, the officials are right. They are the law. They run the game, and they do a great job. But in Coach Plum's defense there, I think he's got to get teed up there. He's got to pick up for his player there.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what you want to see from your head coach in that situation. You want him to be upset that his player just got injured.
Well, yeah, his best player, and let's call a spade a spade. Desley has been this team's best player the last 3 games. He's gone to the dressing room for medical attention.
Yeah, and hopefully Desley is okay. And we'll be able to return. Hopefully it won't be a long-term injury, but we'll have to wait and see.
St. John's bench in a little bit of I won't say trouble, but we got Carl English in street clothes tonight. He's not playing, obviously. Guillaume Bocard did not play last night. I guess he's dressed down there. It looks like he might be in street clothes too.
He's in street clothes too, nursing an ankle injury.
Yeah, so I mean, Kevin Zabo on the injured reserve. So St. John's bench not that deep down there right now, looking right now. In fact, the only guys ready to come in are Big Baby, Satnam Singh, and Jaron Skeet, I believe, and Obina Oleka.
Yeah.
Cadogan. All that shenanigans is over with. Cadogan outside for Kaplan. Kaplan, ho-hum, makes another three-pointer. Nothing new there from Diego Kaplan for sure. Kaplan 3 for 4 or 4 for 5 from beyond the arc. Blazik. He's going to wait for some help to come over. Blazik kicks it outside for Racing. Back in for Glaze. Glaze takes the shot there, and Grandy Glaze might be turning into public enemy number 1 here in St. John's, taking Desley out of the game. But more importantly for his Sudbury FIVE team, he's putting up the points.
Yeah, and playing very well and shooting very well.
Cadogan leaves one out for Jones. Jones back for Cadogan. Cadogan won't challenge Glaze on the inside. Cadogan out to the outside, kicks it in. Wide open Jared Nickens in the corner. Nickens gets the hometown bounce on that one. St. John's starting to live and die by the 3 here and open up a 4-point lead.
Yeah, and great job by Junior Cadogan getting in the paint and finding Nickens from outside.
Oh my good, Grandy Glaze again from outside. Yeah. St. John's are going to have to start getting some hands in this guy's face. He's just on fire.
Yeah, and Grandy Glaze has to be careful here because he's doing a lot of talking and a lot of taunting after every basket that he's scoring. He's lucky he hasn't gotten teed up yet.
You know something? If you got it, flaunt it. And the way Glaze is playing right now, he's feeling it. I'm okay with that. As much as, yeah, I'd rather if he was on my team doing it, but hey. There's a shot by Blazik. That one's not going to fall. Glaze will grab that rebound. Kicks it over for Racing. Racing in for Relaford. Relaford got position on Kaplan there, and he's going to spin around and drop the easy bucket. 50-48 here, last minute of this opening half. Jones from way outside. Maurice Jones hits one from George Street. And my goodness, it was like he took a drink off someone's table and said, here, I'm going to fire that to the hoop. Offensive foul called, and this is a momentum turn for the St. John's Edge indeed. Tell me, Ryan, as a player, what's going through your mind there to just come down and pull up from that far out?
So, fantastic play by Mo Jones. Noticing the clock, how much time is left, sees that there's about 38 seconds left. So, being the veteran player that he is, knowing that if he shoots the ball right away, St. John's is going to get an extra possession because Sudbury's not going to have enough time to come down and nurse the clock all the way to 0. So Sudbury comes down, turns it over. Now the St. John's Edge have 25 seconds left on a 24-second shot clock to get up a good shot before the end of half.
There you go. So that is the thought process behind it. 53-48. St. John's Edge really picking up business with the three-point shot. Going to check into the Twitter. No surprise, Mike Mahoney tweeting at us here tonight. It's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times Des Lee gets back up. And I agree with you, Big Mike, but haven't seen Des Lee. He's gone to the locker room, and hopefully we're going to see him back in the second half. Indeed, Des Lee, a very, very big part of the St. John's Edge team. So it'll be Sudbury ball here, 5-point ball game. We've got about a 15-second differential between the game and shot clock. It says a minute. There's less than a minute left.
No, it's 25 seconds.
25 seconds.
So we got
so
a
1.1
second differential between the
so
shot
there you
clock
go.
and
So
game
the
clock.
Edge might get another shot, but
The Edge
big
had the ball.
defensive stop. The Edge had the ball.
Yes.
Well, so now we're going to play out the clock and hopefully for the last shot.
Yes. That's why I said it was a great move by Mo Jones.
I got this game figured out by all I got to do is listen to you. Cadogan going to bring it up the floor here. Junior Cadogan going to have the task of holding on. Got to think this ball is going to end up in Jones's hand, though, Ryan.
They brought Big Baby in, so they might be trying to go to Big Baby here in the post, but
might not need to in that one. But Sudbury, that's a pretty smart move. They've got a couple of fouls to give. They will take advantage of that. 12 seconds left. Thought there was a 1 second differential between the shot and the game clock.
Now,
it resets.
after the foul, it resets
to 14, yeah.
So the Edge can hold on for the last shot.
Mo Jones, he will have the honors here for St. John's. Jones on the outside. Jones jumps up there, and that's one of them ones here. Logan Stutz is upset.
He's upset because Williams jumped.
Yes, it's not Mo Jones leaned into Williams, but Williams was hitting him then anyway. Whether it was the classic Mo Jones lean, Williams is hitting him there anyway.
Yeah. And Logan Stutz is upset because Williams has such a height advantage and length advantage over Mo Jones. He doesn't have to jump at all. So as a coach, that drives you absolutely crazy.
Tell you what, something to watch for in this second half. Grandy Glaze and Glenn Davis, they got something going. You can see the Glaze waving and Davis having something to say. This is going to be interesting, folks, to watch. Make sure you don't go anywhere. Go grab your popcorn, grab a beverage, and get back on the computer and have a look at this one. Good second half coming up. St. John's going to take a lead into the locker room. Wasn't looking good early on, but the St. John's Edge certainly on the strength of Mo Jones and company, and Diego Kaplan with the 3-ball have really opened things up here, and they are going to take a 8-point lead into the dressing room after half. Full marks to Sudbury. They were making it close, but St. John's finally started shooting. And maybe, to your point, Grandy Glaze, as good as he's been, maybe he started waking the Edge up a bit.
Yeah, for sure. And when a guy gets going like that and he starts doing a lot of talking and then a lot of extracurricular things, that kind of gets your team going. That kind of brings you together, and you're like, all right, we got to stop this guy. We got to play better. We got to get going here. And that's what the Edge have done.
First half in the books. St. John's 56, Sudbury 5, 48. Stay with us. We'll be back for the call to the second half of St. John's Edge basketball. And we're back, second half, just about ready to get underway here. St. John's Edge basketball at Mile 1 Center. St. John's Edge leading the Sudbury FIVE by a score of 56-48. Stories of that first half for St. John's, the lack of shooting in the beginning, and it's certainly heated up in the bad part, in the latter part. And for the Sudbury FIVE, certainly got to be the play of Grandy Glaze.
Yeah, Grandy Glaze was the story of the first half for me, I think. Knocking down shots from inside, outside, and from the mid-range, and playing with a real toughness and tenacity on defense, and really getting his team going. The Edge really have to find a way to slow him down because he's been the Five's best offense so far.
Blazik outside for Relaford. Relaford trying to back up Oleka. Oleka got a little bit of a hand in his face, enough to disrupt that shot. And Mo Jones Sr. will bring it down the floor. Here's Jones. Jones driving the baseline. That one's out of bounds. Des Lee was just, like, seriously, he was body checked out of bounds there by Blazik. And Des Lee throwing his hands up in the air with the, "What's up with that?" to the officials. No call. You have nothing to say.
Yeah, I got no answers for you when it comes to that.
Yeah, that was a pretty big check out of bounds. Nonetheless, Relaford going to go to the line for Sudbury, and he will knock it down. 5-point ball game now. St. John's 56, Sudbury 51. Junior Cadogan kicks it outside for Mo Jones. Jones got an open look from the corner. Can't get it to drop, though. Good rebound there by Devin Gilligan. Gilligan will bring it down the floor for Sudbury. Gilligan to Relaford. Relaford in for Dixon. Dixon, nice pass there. Good defense by Keith Wright Jr. Just couldn't pull down the rebound. Tough luck there for the big guy for the St. John's Edge.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there. Good defense from Wright, but unfortunately couldn't come up with the rebound, and ball goes out of bounds.
Braylon Rayson on the inbounds, kicks one back for Dixon. Dixon got a wide open look. He'll put it up, can't get it to fall though. Obina Oleka goes up and he'll grab that one off the glass for St. John's. Junior Cadogan bringing the ball down the floor. Cadogan into the lane. Cadogan got grabbed on his way in. He will draw the foul for St. John's. Can't see that being a shooting foul, Ryan.
No, that'll be on the floor. Be edge ball underneath for sure.
Edge starting with Lee Cadogan, Jones Sr., Keith Wright Jr., and Obina Oleka, the starting five here for the Edge.
Yeah, good to see Des Lee back in action after taking that hard hit in the first half.
Cadogan to the outside. It's a little screen around Wright Jr. Out for more Jones Sr. Out for Cadogan. Wide open look for three. Cadogan put a little shake, rattle, and roll on that one, but he puts the three through the hoop. Here's Rayson now. Rayson looking to answer, and Rayson, as he normally does, comes back right away. Couldn't get that one to fall, though. Rebounded by Oleka. He's going to put it into the hands of Junior Cadogan. Cadogan looking to drive the paint. Out for Wright Jr. Wright Jr. not expecting that pass by Cadogan. Cadogan rightfully probably could have brought it right to the lane himself. Devin Gilligan with a nice drive coming through, and he'll have an opportunity to go to the line for the M1.
Yeah, and good play by Gilligan in transition. You know, going to the lane, quick, aggressive, and finishing, and drawing the contact. See if he can complete it from the line. Quick question for you: do you see Grandy Glaze on the Sudbury bench? Because I don't. I don't.
No, I don't. Well, that's a mystery. Easily Sudbury's best player in that opening half, but now he was doing some other things, we'll say. That probably didn't endear himself to the coach, but that's a strange one. Good eye by you, Ryan. Glenn Davis on the floor. He's backing up Dixon. Dixon's got a big task trying to guard Davis. Davis kicks it outside for Cadogan. Cadogan knocks down the open three. Here's Relaford now. Relaford into the paint. Nice drive there by Travis Relaford. Up and underneath, and he will get the two. Junior Cadogan now, carrying the ball down the floor. Strange to see Cadogan carrying it down so much and not Mo Jones.
Yeah, I think this is I think you'll see more from the Edge in the second part of this season. allowing Mo Jones to play off the ball a little bit. He's carrying a lot of minutes for this team, and it takes a lot of toll on your body being the guy who brings the ball up every single possession. So Cadogan can do that.
Cadogan can do, yes he can. Blazik from the outside, that's going to draw short. Rebounded though by Gilligan. Gilligan throws the elbow into Des Lee is taking more hits than a linebacker down there tonight. Very physical on Des Lee, both ends of the floor, but Des can certainly take it, and he's doing so with class and style. Glenn Davis trying to back up on Dixon. Davis puts the ball to the floor. Davis in. Davis gets fouled, and Davis will go to the line. Relaford's pointing at Dixon saying, hey, it was him, not me. But I do believe that foul is going to go against Travis Relaford.
Shout out to Devin O'Grady. Randy Glaze is on the bike down here on the
bike.
Okay. On the end here, not on the bench.
So he found your intel was good?
Yeah, I got some good intel.
Yeah.
Only every now and then.
Good to have friends in high places, I guess. And that was pretty interesting. Why he's on the bike down there anyway?
Just keeping them legs warm, that's all. Doesn't want to seize up.
Not like he hasn't played. Anyway, who am I? I'm just a fat guy up top with a green shirt on. Here's Blazik. Nice drive through the lane by Blazik. He'll get that one to drop, and Sudbury FIVE hanging around here, not letting the Edge make any run here in this third quarter. Third quarters, the last 2 or 3 games, been very good for the St. John's Edge. A lot normally is when Mo Jones really steps up. Davis isolated on Dixon. Davis putting the ball to the floor. Davis just backing Dixon up. Davis into the hoop, and that's just too easy for the big fella. I think if they can isolate Davis on anyone out there all day long, they've got to triple team him.
Yeah.
And you'll notice I did say triple team, not double.
Yeah.
Long 3 shot by Blazik. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, he has a lot of skill in the post and a lot of different moves. So it's very tough for any one player to guard Davis, especially due to his size. So Sudbury will have to do something if the Edge continue to go to Davis in the post.
Pass there. They're going to say Glenn Davis got the kick ball on that. Not quite sure. I think he just threw it into his leg. I'm not sure if Davis changed direction or not, but nonetheless, a kick ball is the call. Possession's going to be maintained here by the Sudbury FIVE. Grandy Glaze back into the game.
See if he can continue the hot shooting that he was displaying in the first half.
Devin Gilligan couldn't get that one to fall. Rebounded by Glenn Davis. Mo Jones going to take it now. Jones up and under. And Mo Jones just too quick off the dribble there.
Well, how do you do with the reverse finish?
And Gilligan goes down and does the same thing almost.
Yep. Great play by Gilligan on the opposite end to respond.
Devin Gilligan having a game here.
Yeah, playing
for the
very
Sudbury
well.
FIVE. Here's Junior Cadogan for St. John's. Cadogan shot clock down to 10. Glaze back in. He's got tasked with guarding Davis. Glaze really muscling up on Davis. Davis back forth. Can't get it to foul though. And that's one of those things we talked about Davis earlier getting the little foul on Davis going down, grabbing it. Good defense there. Talk about Davis pushing off. Grandy Glaze certainly pushing off there. Outside for Nickens for 3. And that's a great basket in transition. That's almost like a Christmas tree time there. It was the Christmas tree from Jared Nickens for the St. John's Edge. That was a gift. Des Lee from the corner. He can't get that one to drop. Up and under. Put a bulb on that one because that's another tree for the St. John's Edge here tonight. Listen to this crowd go at Mile 1 Center. Des Lee, Jared Nickens, back-to-back Christmas trees. St. John's up by 13. We'll be right back. Timeout is over. St. John's, their biggest lead of the game, 76-63. On the strength of, no surprise, the 3-ball. Back-to-back courtesy of Jared Nickens and Des Lee.
Yeah, and the Edge doing a great job of turning defense into offense. Getting some stops, turning Sudbury over, and getting out in transition, which is giving them these open looks from 3.
Cadogan down the floor. Cadogan, nice pass for Oleka. Oleka had a little bit too much speed going in underneath the rim there. Almost ran over the top of our friend Noah down under the glass. Nice pass for Gilligan underneath. He'll lay that one in off the basket. And St. John's, boy, I tell you what, I know it's only one basket, but if they scored on that one just in, they're in danger starting to run away here. So good answer by the Sudbury Five. Cadogan out for Des Lee. Right now, St. John's on a bit of a run. That's without Mo Jones in the lineup. Lee from way outside. That one's going to draw iron. Obino Leka protesting. He was held. Couldn't get to the rebound. Nice pass by Blazik. Inside for Grandy Glaze. Glaze backs up on Lee. Kicks it outside for Rayson. Rayson. Tough shot in the lane. Can't get it to fall, though. Obino Leka will manage to get up and grab the rebound for St. John's. Kaplan. Kaplan, nice pass down the lane. Kaplan, for some reason, throws it outside. I mean, that looked like an open layup, Ryan.
That was an open layup.
Oh, boy. I know you like the 3-ball, but take the baskets when they're easy, folks.
Yeah. Thought that the Sudbury 5 defender was going to come over and try to block him, but got a little skittish.
Yeah. 11-point ball game. Sudbury trying to put it back in single digits. St. John's now with Mo Jones Sr. on the bench. Maybe an opportunity for Sudbury to come back. Here's Devin Gilligan. Gilligan having a pretty good second half. And speaking of pretty good, there's Grandy Glaze again. He puts that rebound in off the glass for Sudbury.
Yeah, and that's where Glaze is like most dangerous on the offensive glass. So you got to always have a body on him, keep him off those boards.
Cadogan, shot clock to 10. Cadogan turns the ball over, trying to hit Oleka. Sudbury back again. Rayson to the outside. Rayson with an errant pass there. That was a tough pass. George Cerise, I don't know if he could have, even if that was right at him, that would have been a tough pass to pick up and shoot. Yeah. And Sudbury short of shooting themselves in the foot there. They're on a little run, little answer back, and unnecessary turnover there. Mo Jones Sr. back into the game for St. John's, along with Keith Wright Jr. as Oleka and Cadogan check out.
Yeah, a few turnovers in a row in successive possessions for the Edge. So you see Coach Plum go to the bench and get Mo Jones out there, get the offense back on track.
Diego Kaplan knocks a medium-range jumper down for 2. Here's Blazik now for Sudbury. Blazik kicks it outside for Glaze. Glaze going to challenge down the lane. Nice basket there by Keith Wright. Nice defense by Keith Wright, but Grandy Glaze goes hard to the basket. And Grandy Glaze leading all scorers now with 24 points in this one.
Yeah, and playing very well and using all parts of the floor to score. Great little floater in the lane by him.
Mo Jones penetrates, kicks it outside for Des Lee. Lee off the basket and in. Sudbury protesting for goaltending, offensive, and not going to happen. Ball held up on the rim and managed to drop. And now, are they going to talk about it?
No, we got a foul on Keith Wright Jr. Little push on Grandy
I thought
Glaze.
they were actually going to talk about that then. I was like, wow. Glenn Davis going to check back into the game for Jared Nickens. St. John's going with a little bit of a bigger lineup now, and you got to think that's to try to counteract Grandy Glaze.
Yeah, a little bit. And also a little bit to match up against Sudbury's lineup here, having both Glaze and Dixon in right now. So, you know, match size with size.
Stolen by Mo Jones. Jones down the floor. Jones all the way, coast to coast like buttered toast again is Mo Jones Sr. Jones comes down all the way for the easy layup. Listen to this crowd go, 83-69. Look at big Satnam Singh down there on the bench. Wow.
Great job by Mo Jones in transition to make that basket, but not only to make the basket, he gets halfway back up the floor before Sudbury even inbounds the ball and knocks it out of bounds. So fantastic hustle plays by Mo Jones.
Another foul coming up here against Wright Jr. Keith Wright Jr. picking up his 4th foul. So he's quickly going to come out, and Obi-Wan Oleka going to check back in here for the St. John's Edge. Inbounds for Glaze. Glaze going to put the ball back in the hands of Blazik. Blazik for Rayson. Rayson trying to isolate on the side. Kicks it out for Dixon. Dixon can't hold on to it. Diego Kaplan unexpectedly turns around, but puts the ball into the hands of the ever-steady Mo Jones. Look at Mo Jones. Shake, bake, shuck, jive. How you doing, Sudbury 5 and the St. John's Edge starting to open it up here right now. There's a foul on the outside. Blazik was lassoed there by Glenn Davis. And that's going to be Davis's 4th. So St. John's, they better make rain here, make hay when the sun is shining, because they're starting to creep up into foul trouble.
Yeah, a couple big guys in foul trouble. You got Davis, you got Wright. Obino Oleka is still, doing all right in the foul department, but St. John's had to be careful here. Those are 2 key players going forward in this game.
And the way Grandy Glaze is playing, he could dominate down low if he's not challenged. Shot there by Blazik from the outside. That one's pulled down by Glenn Davis. Put into the hands of Mo Jones Sr. Maurice Jones now just coming up to the 2-minute mark of this 3rd quarter, otherwise known as the Mo Jones quarter. Lee in for Oleka. Obino Oleka easily goes in and puts it off the glass. That's 6 unanswered points by St. John's. Relaford to the outside for Blazik. Blazik comes up shooting, can't get it to foul though. And Glenn Davis pulls it down. Grandy Glaze fortunate not to get a foul called on him there. Des Lee pulls it down. Lee pass for Oleka. Oleka can't hold on to that one. And that's a pass there, Ryan. 4 or 5 more games. Obino Oleka picks that pass up because he knows it's coming from Des. That's a new teammate sort of thing, you got to think.
Yeah, 100%.
1:35 left to go. 87-69. St. John's Edge starting to open up some control here in this one. Here's Rayson. Rayson kicks it out for Glaze. Grandy Glaze into the paint on Davis. Grandy Glaze goes up, and that's a real tough basket there for Glaze.
Yeah, tough play, tough finish, but great finish by Grandy Glaze. Get that high off the glass, avoid the shot blockers. Fantastic work.
Diego Kaplan in for Davis. Davis, nice pass for Mo Jones. Jones up and in and off the basket. And Dixon not really challenging Jones there.
Yeah, and that's a great play by Mo Jones there. Using his body, going right into the shoulders of Dixon. So he can't jump. There's nothing he can do, and just finishes off glass. Great play.
Braylon Rayson with a quick answer back there. For a 3-ball, trying to silence this St. John's crowd. Jones, 3-ball himself. He was off angled endo. That one comes up short. Rayson's going to pick up the rebound. Rayson kicks one in for Glaze. Glaze for Dixon. Dixon can't hold on to it. And Corey Dixon's body language is just absolutely gross if you're a fan of the Sudbury Five. Everybody else going hard. Dixon, not so much.
Yeah, and good play by Mo Jones here, slowing it down, making sure St. John's gets a good possession here in the last 10 seconds of this quarter. Got
about a 4-second differential in shot and game clock. Here's Jones, little short-range jumper, can't get it to fall. Relaford pushing the pace. Relaford in for Glaze. Glaze kisses one in off the glass, and Grandy Glaze with 28 points. You got to say, if Grandy Glaze isn't in that Sudbury lineup tonight, this one's over. He's really keeping Sudbury around and giving them a chance to win.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic game here for the Sudbury Five. He's been their go-to guy on offense, and he's really, really helped out this team, because without him, they would be struggling, that's for sure.
Third quarter in the books. St. John's 89, Sudbury 76. We'll be back for the call to fourth. Fourth quarter just about to get underway, and if you're St. John's, it might be as simple as stopping Grandy Glaze, and this one's in the bag. And also keep cracking out the decorations on the Christmas trees, because they've been doing very well. Here in Newfoundland, we love to say tree as opposed to three sometimes. So the Christmas tree decorations are in abundance here at Mile 1 tonight. Big shout out to producer Tristram Clark with that one, the Christmas tree. Fourth quarter underway. Here's Kaplan. Speaking of threes, Diego Kaplan. Skeet is in the game. Skeet kicks one outside for Cadogan. Cadogan from the corner. He fires one down. That one's not going to drop, but the rebound goes to the edge. Jaron Skeet is wide open for three. Keith Wright Jr. goes up, grabs the rebound, and the foul here going to go against Sudbury. I believe that's Relaford going to pick up that foul. That's great rebounding by Wright Jr.
Yeah, well done. Getting inside, using his body, getting position, and getting that offensive rebound and picking up the foul.
Inbound St. John's, Wright Jr. picks that one up, going to put it in the hands of Cadogan. Brand new shot clock for the Edge. They're going to take advantage. Cadogan under some pressure from Relaford. Outside for Nickens. Nickens looks off the guard there. Can't get it to drop though. Jared Nickens into the game. Nickens really streaky, hey.
Yeah, very, very streaky player. But once he makes one, he could make 10.
Yeah. Here's Nickens outside for Skeet. Skeet and Cadogan charged with handling the ball now. No Kaplan is in. We've got no Mo Jones again. Strange not to see Mo Jones on the floor with the minutes he eats up. We got a couple little discussions going on down there in front of the scorers table. A couple of the Sudbury players, no doubt, asking the St. John's guys where they can get the best drink of eggnog after the game tonight. I'm sure that's all they're talking about. Cadogan's got a little something going with Relaford here.
Where do you get the best eggnog here?
Best eggnog here? I have no idea. Not an eggnog guy. Here's Junior Cadogan, not an eggnog guy either. Junior Cadogan, he of the Liquid Drano. And Cadogan puts it in, foul the other way against St. John's. Cadogan with a nice basket going in that way.
Yeah, great play by Cadogan. At his best when he's going to the basket and attacking.
Jaron Skeet haven't shut up since he come in the game. Like he's just, what the word I'm looking for, an agitator, I guess is the word. He seems to be really trying to get under the skin of guys. He just will not quit. And you know me, Ryan, I like it.
Yeah, you really do. You love that.
I do. But you got to back it up. I don't like the guys who are just going to shoot their mouth off and do nothing and be useless. To me, you're about as useful as boobies on a bull. And that's not very useful. 10-10 left to go, 93-79 here. And this is starting to get a little tinge of nastiness. We got an intentional foul call here. And you know something? The official, I didn't see the foul. It's probably more what's led up to this is why we've got an intentional. I don't know. Did you see that foul, Ryan?
Yeah, I don't like this call at all. I got to be blatantly honest. This is a terrible call because this is going against the Edge player who literally went for the ball. He got a piece of the ball. He also got a piece of Grandy Glaze's hand.
I think it's, you know something, I'll go devil's advocate, and I'll just say it's probably the referees looking at, they see the way this game is maybe degenerating a little bit, and maybe they want to try to put their stamp on it and listen to the fans, let Grandy Glaze know what they think of his efforts here tonight. And perhaps that's the mindset of the official there, and you look at the lead and the clock, so maybe not that bad of a call?
Still a bad call in my opinion.
All right, bad call. So you will.
There's a way to bring the game back into, bring the reins in on the game, but not calling flagrant fouls and intentional fouls and things of that nature. Make a couple more calls, real calls, and you'll bring the reins back in on the game. You don't need to make silly calls like that, because you just gave Sudbury FIVE free throws and possession. because of that foul.
Now they're going to get some more free throws, and that's a well-earned foul. Obino Leka got the arm of Relaford. Relaford's going to go to the line to shoot a pair. Just under 10 minutes left to go. 13-point ball game here now. Sudbury trying to make their move from the foul line. Crowd of about 2,500 here tonight. Pretty vocal. They're into it. And you can sort of see the Edge are playing with that edge, indeed. And there's a little something going on down there. Only if we could have some players mic'd up in the NBLC. That'd be a treat. Probably wouldn't be PG rated, though, I wouldn't think.
If the players knew they were mic'd up, they might be on their best behavior.
Well, sometimes it's hard for me to be on my best behavior up here, let alone the players in the heat of the moment. Here's Jaron Skeet now. Skeet. Putting the ball to the floor. Skeet. Little daylight. That's Mo Jones. Mo Jones couldn't get it to finish, but Obino Leka there for the rebound. Oleka on a second tap puts it out for Kaplan. Kaplan might have got away with an illegal pick there. Ball's kicked out for Skeet. Brand new shot clock. St. John's going to settle things down. Kaplan comes around. Kaplan's going to want to shoot that. You know he wants to shoot it. Kaplan outside over for Nickens. Speaking of shooters, Nickens guarded by Glaze, and Nickens just a little bit too quick for Glaze there. Glaze going hard after the official.
Yeah, and good call by the official here.
There you go. You got your referees union card back.
Oh, 100%. Randy Glaze gets up there. He's got his hands all over Nickens. It's a good call by the official. Glaze would be upset about it for sure, but unfortunately, sometimes you don't get it in the favor of those calls.
Here's Mo Jones Sr. Jones picks up his dribble, going to put it in for Oleka. St. John's with a little bit of a smaller lineup here on the floor. As we see Kaplan miss. Speaking of small, Mo Jones Sr. coming in and grabbing that rebound out of nowhere. Outside for Skeet. Jaron Skeet from the corner, and Skeet lets the fans know what's going on there. See Coach Doug Plum trying to get out and give Skeet the high five. He ran into Williams Jr. on the floor. And that's something, Ryan, tell us in that, like, is that okay? Like, the other team is running back the floor, coach going out?
A little bit of incidental contact.
Yeah, obviously it was accidental. There's no doubt. I mean, coach is not trying to get in Williams' way by any means.
No, the player on the other team would be a little upset. If I was on the other team, I'd be a little upset if the coach got in my way getting up the floor. But, you know, those are just heat of the moment kind of plays, and you'll live with those.
Rayson gets a little friendly roll on that one. Coach Logan Stutz on his feet trying to implore his team to keep it going, not give up, still hanging around, down by 13 now. They're going to have to make a move soon, though. Mo Jones Sr. on the outside for Des Lee. Lee looking shot, guarded, though, by Relaford. Kicks it outside for Jones from way outside again. And that's the second three-point ball Mo Jones has made from a different area code. And St. John's in command under the basket. Relaford, nice rebound there. Relaford does a good job, but a good job there by St. John's not to get into any more foul trouble than they're in already. Mo Jones picks it up. Jones has hit some long, deep threes here tonight. Des Lee. Lee behind the back. Nice feed to Oleka, and Oleka's all alone there. And what I like best about that play, Des Lee looking at Gilligan. Gilligan turned his head from him for just one split second. That's when Lee made the move. Great presence there. Randy Glaze comes in on the backboard. Got a little mismatch there on Jaron Skeet. Glaze takes advantage of that, and he puts it up and off the glass. Teams seem to be content here to trade baskets. At least if you're the Edge, you probably will be. You got to think the Sudbury Five going to need some defensive stops soon. Ball kick to the corner for Nickens. Nickens going to come up short on that three-point attempt. That's one stop for Sudbury Five. Long pass underneath the basket to Glaze. Glaze turns that one over. Here's a touchdown pass for Skeet. Jaron Skeet comes in, up and underneath the basket. Jaron Skeet lays it in. What a sweet pass there from the edge.
Yeah, great pass, great finish. And you see Skeet coming back to the floor looking at his hand.
You can't see me.
No, the old Shaquille O'Neal, I used my left hand.
Ah, I thought it was I like the wrestling references. I'm going to stick with John Cena. You can talk about Shaquille O'Neal, whoever he is. I'm kidding, folks. I'm kidding. 6:40 left to go here. Fourth quarter, 103-87. St. John's Edge in the driver's seat now in this one. Devin Gilligan going to go to the line for the Edge.
And Jared Nickens checking out here. Thought he played very well tonight. I don't know if he'll be coming back in, but if he doesn't, great game by Jared Nickens.
Time to check in on Twitter again. James Sue watching the game out in Windsor and Essex. He wants to see Steve Power make a tree. Well, James, the only tree I'll be making might be down at the Home Depot or something like that. Chances of me making a 3 from the floor, pretty slim to none. Might buy 3 Big Macs on the way home, but hey, what do you know? Foul call there. Before the shot, they'll inbounds it. 103-89 the lead now with 6:30 left to go. Folks, want to thank you all for reaching out to us on Twitter. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Our last one before the holiday period. We had a foul away from the ball there.
Beyond Glenn Davis. Little moving screen action there.
Davis gets tagged for the foul. That will be his 4th.
And just to punch my union card for the officials, I thought it was a good call.
There you go. And that was the same official that you earlier thought made the, I won't say what you said, we'll say questionable call.
Yeah, I'll let them know when they're wrong, but when they're right, I'll be nice enough to tell them.
There you go. Braylon Racing from the outside, can't get a drop. 3 Edge players coming together. Mo Jones definitely going to get the worst out of colliding with Big Baby and Des Lee there. Here's Jones. Jones in for Glenn Davis. Davis backs up on Glaze. Davis with a nice move on Glaze, and Davis says, son, that one's for free. I'm going to take you to school there. Glenn Davis with the easy bucket for 2. Grandy Glaze, victimized defensively, comes back down, tries to hit the 3 ball, can't do so. And Glaze earlier tonight was hitting them, but you're giving me that look there. That was some kind of move Davis put on Glaze there.
Put him in the spin cycle, Steve.
Oh, boy.
Oh, what a move.
Jones out for Lee. Lee penetrates through the lane. Finger roll, good for 2. And the St. John's Edge starting to come away with it here now at mile 1. Here's Glaze. Glaze up and under, can't get it there. Glaze looking for the foul. He just threw his body into Davis with reckless abandon. Referee's not going to get him that one. Here's Jones. Jones, you can tell this St. John's crowd wants Davis to get the ball.
Yeah, this matchup between Davis and Grandy Glaze has been a fun one tonight.
Good switch there. Davis recognizing he's got the mismatch in close. Davis goes in, he's fouled. And Big Baby going to go to the line for 2. Listen to this crowd here at mile 1. They're really loving this effort by this St. John's Edge team, and what a difference we've seen in this homestand and the initial one at the beginning of the year, Ryan. We sort of knew it. Starting off, this team was too good for how they played when they played Moncton way back when. Mark your calendars, folks. I'll be certainly watching online. The St. John's Edge team going to be in Moncton in January. That's going to be a big game.
Yeah, 100%. And Moncton will be seeing a completely different team in this St. John's Edge team. Finally starting to come together a little bit. A few key signings in Abino Aleka and Glenn Davis. And playing together, working the ball around, playing inside out, playing some really good basketball.
We got some trivia going here. What Christmas-themed ballet premiered in St. Petersburg, Russia in 1892? Seriously, what 14-year-old knows that? It's the Nutcracker, apparently, but they're asking young fans, come on! What's up with that?
You telling me you know that?
You don't know? You're telling me you know that?
No.
Get bent. You know that. My God. I'm telling you. But apparently that young man did know it, so apparently I am indeed the biggest idiot mile 1 here tonight. Folks, we're going to take a break. Right back. 107-89, St. John's Edge. Glenn Davis makes the first one from the line. The 50-50 draw announced here tonight. I'm pretty sure, Ryan, if I ever do win it, I'm probably still not going to come out on top with the money I've spent here over the last 14 years. Just under 5 minutes left to go. St. John's, their biggest lead of the game, up by 20 here at mile 1. Here's Racing. Racing from the outside for 3. Racing, tough shot. Draws the front of the rim then. And Des Lee got caught up with Glenn Davis there. And Lee lost that battle too.
Des Lee spends so much time on the floor.
Yeah, Des Lee's on the floor more than those sweepers out there, indeed.
Reminds me of Allen Iverson.
Plays the game so hard, and Des Lee plays an honest game. Like, I really think both ends of the floor, works hard, seems to do the right things. I don't know Des, I've never spoken to him. From all accounts, he's a class act all the way. Glenn Davis with the old box out there in Grandy Glaze. Glaze is showing us the shooting now we're more familiar with here at mile 1. Coming up empty from the outside. Glaze had a heck of a first half for St. John's. Mo Jones spins one up, and big Satnam Singh is up on his feet. Going to check into the games, and the fans will like that. They like to see the big guy come in. Glenn Davis going to check out. Satnam Singh makes an appearance here in the mile 1 center floor for the St. John's Edge. What size foot is Satnam Singh?
20, maybe
My
22.
Goodness. Like, seriously, I can think people can go on the ferry from Nova Scotia to Newfoundland on those things. They're probably put 4 or 5 people on the, maybe if Satnam Singh was on the Titanic, a couple hundred people might have survived just floating on his shoes. They're so big, they're like pontoons. Certainly a big man indeed. 3:53 left to go. Not hard to tell. The score's a little out of hand. We're getting a little off the rails here up in the booth. See, notice how I say we. I throw you under the bus with me. It's really me doing it, but we're a team, right? So you got to go down with the ship, too.
Going down with the ship.
Here we go. Junior Cadogan on a steal for St. John's. Cadogan going to stop, settle things down. The Edge going to play a little clock game now. Wait a little. Ball into the big man, Singh. Singh can't get it. Good defense there by Williams. Big steal by Nickens. Nickens pulls it up. Here comes Cadogan. Cadogan down the lane. Cadogan up off the glass. Singh just overestimated the charging the rim. Couldn't grab the rebound. Glaze underneath. Glaze puts it down off the basket. Singh will put the inbounds in the hands of Diego Kaplan. Kaplan slowing things down again. Into the corner for Skeet. Sking for Singh. Singh, easy basket there. He'll take that feed from Jaron Skeet. And Satnam Singh getting on the score sheet here again tonight at mile 1. Racing. Medium range jump shot. Can't get that one to go. Good effort there. Keeping it in bounds. Glaze will grab hold of it. Kicks it to the outside. Long shot there by Gilligan. Gilligan will knock down the 3-point shot.
And Gilligan's played very well tonight, I think.
Absolutely. I think Gilligan's been, next to Glaze, he's probably been their best player.
Yep, for sure. Knocking threes down, playing very tough defense. Few great passes. Great game by Gilligan.
On the outside now, here's Nickens. Nickens a wide open look, and he'll knock it down. St. John's up to 115 points here now with 2:04 left to go. Stolen. Jaron Skeet has it. What's that call there? I don't understand.
Skeet using his off arm a little bit there to hold Chandler off. Ref giving him a offensive foul for his efforts.
Oh, is that we're up by 20-odd points foul? Is that something you see in a tight game, do you think?
I don't think you'd see it if this game was a 2-point game. Let's put it that way.
Well, that's okay. Listen, it's all part of it. Way it goes. Antoine Chandler's into the game now for the Sudbury Five. Chandler's going to put one up from 3-point land. Chandler off the glass, can't get it to fall. And Here come the Edge. Cadogan. Cadogan got a step, kicks it to the outside for Jared Nickens. Puts the ball in for Satnam Singh. Singh at the foul line. Back out for Junior Cadogan. Cadogan steps around the big guy for a screen. Going to take the three-point shot. He'll knock it down. St. John's almost to the 120 mark. Big effort here by the St. John's Edge once again tonight. The first quarter was a little fugly. That was a little bit off kilter, but after that, the St. John's Edge really putting things together here tonight.
Yeah, put together a good game. Playing some good defense, besides the defense on Grandy Glaze, letting him go off a little bit, but put together a good game. Playing very well on offense, playing as a team, moving the ball, working around, finding the open guy, playing very well.
I think Glenn Davis has had a real big impact in this game. Not playing a lot of minutes, but the minutes he was in there, honestly, Jones Sr., Des Lee, always good. But Glenn Davis tonight, real impact in this one.
Yeah, and he's had a major impact on this team since coming here. You know, it gives them the ability to go into the post, and allowing him to post up opens up so much more for this team. It opens shooters up. He's a willing passer in the post, and that just gives this team another dynamic to play through. Great pass by Cadogan.
Just under a minute left to go. St. John's hit the 120 mark.
Corn dogs, Jackie. Corn dogs.
There you go. Always good for the semi-pro reference. One of the officials probably looks like Father Pat down there too, perhaps. 43 seconds left, 120-95. Johanny D'Alembert at the line. He can't get that one to drop. He steps up for number 2, can't get it. Satnam Singh overestimates on the rebound there. Singh saying he was pushed off on the rebound. That had to be some push to knock that man off there. Not very often Satnam gets upset. He just took the referee's hand and put him. Oh boy. Talk about things you don't see every day in a basketball game.
He said, let me help you. Let me guide you down here.
I'll show you where you got to go, Mr. Official. Well.
Big Baby enjoyed that one, I think.
Comes up short from the line. St. John's in control here. Big effort. St. John's going to hit over the 500 mark for the first time this season, courtesy a 5-game winning streak. A little bit of home cooking, just what the doctor ordered for the St. John's Edge. Nickens outside, the shot clock wears out though. Skeet saying, hey, what about me? I was hoping for the shot. But that is something to be said too. That last road win the Edge picked up in Cape Breton, it certainly set them up coming home. They made a couple of key acquisitions, and you know something? This team's for real, folks. And no disrespect to the Sudbury FIVE, but these 2 games, they weren't in the same league as the St. John's Edge.
No, and Sudbury really missed.
And that's a team who's 7-3 coming in here.
Yeah, and they're really missing Jalen Bland, I think.
Sure.
It's a lot of points off the board there for them. But fantastic homestand for the St. John's Edge. Going to take a 5-game winning streak into Christmas. Going to enjoy some home cooking, like you said. Going to enjoy some time with some family and friends and come back refocused and re-energized for the second half of the season.
And the Mile 1 crowd certainly let the Edge know they appreciate their efforts here in this last homestand. We won't see the Edge again at home till January. A couple of big road games coming up for this squad indeed. And mark your calendar, Saturday the 29th of December. St. John's going to be in Moncton, and that's going to be a big game. I think that's a test. That's where you'll see where the Edge are. Mark your calendar there. You see how they do in that game. That's where they'll be. Next time we'll have the Edge here at home. Going to be on Saturday, the 19th of January. Defending champs London Lightning in town. Make sure you get down here to Mile 1, grab your tickets, come down and see some great basketball action. For Ryan Brockerville, producers Kristen Clark, Mark Chafe, Daryl the Axe Redmond up here in the booth tonight. Want to take this time and wish all our fans, everybody watching out there in the land and all of the Twitterverse a very Merry Christmas. We'll see you in 2019 for St. John's Edge basketball. Thanks for joining us wherever you are. Have a great night and happy holidays.